What is a project management mindset? A project management mindset is a set of beliefs and habits that help you interpret situations and act effectively. This mindset supports adaptability, change, and value delivery. Dimensions of the project management mindset. There are 3 dimensions of the mindset. 1. Proactive. You plan and act early to prevent issues and improve outcomes. 2. Ownership. You lead with accountability and build a strong team culture. 3. Value-driven. You focus on outcomes, benefits, and sustainability. Project management mindset in real world. Here is how proactive, ownership, and value-driven thinking looks in day-to-day project work. A proactive response improves the process now, not after launch. An ownership response clarifies who fixes what and removes blockers. A value-driven response prioritizes fixes that protect customer trust and business benefits. So, mindset is the driver, and tools and processes are the vehicle. Focus areas versus project phases. Here are the key differences. Focus areas describe management actions, whereas project phases describe chunks of the project's work. Focus areas often overlap and repeat, whereas project phases are usually defined stages with a clear start and finish. Focus areas happen within every phase, whereas each project phase groups specific work and ends with deliverables or outcomes. Focus areas are a way to manage the project, whereas project phases are a way to organize and deliver the work. Focus areas can be applied in predictive, adaptive, or hybrid projects, whereas project phases are tailored based on the chosen life cycle and type of work. Focus area interactions in a predictive project. In this diagram, you may observe that predictive projects still use all focus areas, but the effort level changes over time. Planning effort is high early, then reduces after baselines are set. Executing effort grows during delivery work and falls near the end. Monitoring and controlling continues throughout to keep performance on track. Closing effort increases near the end to finalize handover and completion. PMBOK guide structure. The PMBOK is organized into 4 core sections that work together. They are 1. Project management performance domains. They describe 7 connected areas that enable project success. 2. Tailoring. They explain how to adapt the approach, governance, and processes to the project environment. 3. Inputs and outputs. They describe common assets and artifacts teams may use as examples, not mandatory items. 4. Tools and techniques. They describe common methods teams may use without claiming to cover every option. PMBOK Guide balances what to focus on with how to do the work, which helps project teams learn both the big picture and the practical actions needed on projects. PMBOK structure on a real project. Suppose Northbridge Bank is launching a mobile onboarding app in 12 weeks. This is how the 4 sections are applied. 1. Performance domains. The team starts with performance domains to focus on outcomes such as user adoption and compliance readiness. 2. Tailoring. The team tailors the approach by using short iterations because requirements will evolve after early user tests. 3. Inputs and outputs. The team selects only the needed inputs and outputs, such as a stakeholder register and a release plan. 4. Tools and techniques. The team uses tools and techniques such as estimation, risk analysis, and daily coordination to keep delivery steady. Project Management Framework. In the new framework, there are 6 actionable principles. These are the guiding mindset for all project work. They are focus on value, holistic systems thinking, empathetic leadership, tailored governance, quality and resilience, and ethical stewardship. 7 performance domains. These are the functional focus areas of the work, and these domains are governance, scope, schedule, finance, stakeholders, resources, and risk. 40 processes. These are the specific how-to steps of the framework. These processes are divided into 7 performance domains, which tell you what to manage, and they are aligned with the 5 focus areas, which tell you when to perform them. 5 process groups, or phases, or project lifecycle. These are the temporal focus area of the project, and they show the project flow. They are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Relation of focus areas. Focus areas in performance domains. These are the functional pillars related to what you manage. Management attention is applied to governance, scope, schedule, finance, stakeholders, resources, and risk throughout the entire project. Whereas, focus areas in process groups or project lifecycle. This is the temporal focus related to when work happens. These describe the chronological flow of the project, and they are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. AI and tools and techniques in new PM/BOK. The focus of tools and techniques from previous PM/BOKs has been shifted to AI. In the past, project managers used to manually input data, whereas in the new PM/BOK, AI-driven tools provide real-time, practical methods to perform the work. Key examples include automated scheduling. These software uses predictive analytics to build and adjust timelines automatically. Dynamic risk assessment. These digital matrices rank risks by priority in real time as project conditions change. Intelligent stakeholder mapping. These tools suggest the best engagement approach based on sentiment analysis and communication data. Predictive dashboards. They spot issues early by forecasting potential delays rather than just reporting past progress. Principles versus performance domains. A principle is a basic value that guides how people think and act in projects, whereas performance domains are broad areas of focus where teams apply those principles to deliver outcomes. In other words, principles shape behavior, and domains shape where that behavior is applied. Relationship between mindset, principles, and domains. In project management, mindset and behaviors drive daily decisions such as transparency, accountability, and learning. Principles translate that mindset into practical rules that guide how the team works. Performance domains represent the main areas where project work must stay healthy at the same time. It is important to know that strong performance happens when the team applies principles inside every domain, not in isolation. Whereas, value delivery improves when the team keeps ownership and outcome focus at the center of all actions. 7. Project Management Performance Domains. There are 7 performance domains that form an integrated system to enable successful delivery and intended outcomes. They are Stakeholders Performance Domain, Scope Performance Domain, Schedule Performance Domain, finance performance domain, resources performance domain, risk performance domain, and governance performance domain. Performance domains in real world. Suppose green energy is installing smart meters for 5,000 homes. On Monday, the team updates the schedule to reflect a supplier delay and informs key stakeholders. On Tuesday, the team reviews scope to confirm which meter models are included in the current rollout. On Wednesday, the team checks finance to confirm the budget impact of overtime labor for catch-up work. On Thursday, the team reviews risks and agrees mitigation steps for weather disruption during fieldwork. On Friday, the team confirms governance decisions, such as approving a revised rollout plan and thresholds. This example shows how each day touches multiple domains because real projects do not move in neat steps. What is a process? A process is a defined way of doing project work. Process could be formal policy or an informal procedure. Each performance domain includes a set of processes that describe common project management mechanics. How to use process lists. Each process includes sample inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs. But the lists are illustrative, not mandatory. Teams must understand some important points about process and process lists. 1. Process list is a guide. Teams can choose the items that fit their needs rather than trying to use everything. 2. Reusing the process. Many artifacts and approaches appear in multiple processes, so reuse is normal and expected. 3. Tailoring the process, not copy-paste. The main purpose is clarity on how work is done, not forcing a rigid method. How to select useful processes in real project. Suppose AIMS is rolling out a new online course platform. The team uses a simple risk management process because the project has medium uncertainty. The team uses a stakeholder engagement process because many departments must approve content. The team avoids heavy, formal processes that slow decisions and uses light, clear steps instead.